Alright, so in this one, it is tier listing time. Almost the middle of April tier list here. You'll probably get another one within the more near end of April of assumably Ultra Frieza. That's what a lot of people are thinking right now. That's going to happen in a few weeks here. A week out and a half, actually, from here. But we shall see when the time comes. Hey, maybe Red Bardock makes goodness enough to impact the tier list within next week in his Zenkai and whatever else they do within that. But we do have the Legend Bardock tier list, essentially, because it's updating within him being the newest release. And, oh man, I'll tell you this. It's so easy to make tier lists right now because units don't do enough to adjust tier lists. So, that says anything. Let me just also point out real quickly, there's 11 characters right in front of you. Let me move to the one that is not making the top 10. And I know. It's not him. It's not. Relax. It's not him. It's Piccolo! Piccolo does not make the top 10 for me. We'll get into the details of what the teams are that coexist in the game, but essentially, Ultra Goku being so commonplace, as well as when you run a pure regen of Kid Buu, Gohan, and Piccolo, you are missing out on running SV on that team instead of a Buu Saga team right there. You are running pure regen, and then you are kind of more so getting victimized by Goku the entire match. If you have SV at least, you can kind of circumvent that and deal with it another way. So pure regen is just not really idealistic to what's running around of the op teams of a lot of Ultra Gokus, a lot of yellow units, and not really too many reds where obviously Piccolo needs to be there and kind of the forefront of it, unfortunately for him. But we'll move on into the actual top 10, and I do think number 10 is still going to hit UUI. I think this little low tier here of 8 through 10 can be whatever you want, barring, it actually makes sense. A lot of people would say Kaioken times 20 Goku right there, and I mean, sure, there's an argument for sure, but I just don't think he's good enough individually. While I do love the character, I just don't think he's there. I've seen Mini Vegeta, I've seen Super Saiyan 3 Diamond Goku, I've seen a multitude of options, and I'll stick to UUI again. My whole reasoning for him will just continue the same point that it's been the entire time, where, let's say, UUI is fighting the top tiers. So, let's say, Vegito's top tier for a lot of people. Well, UUI can kind of snipe out Vegito within the situation of he pops main, he has the endurance, he spams the blast cards, boom, 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 no defense neutral, has the little, stop switch thing as well. Get a little snipe out, stops Buhan's blue cards from landing on him because he'll auto dodge out of them, as well as Gohan dash forward attacks he could stop, as well as a lot of characters here. He just kind of deters, and if you do end up fighting UUI, which again, he's on the lower end of it, so I doubt you're fighting him generally. If you end up fighting UUI, you'll definitely notice that he is just more of a nuisance, and he will hold back a lot of potential kills that'll happen against you when you're not running him than when you are running him. So I think he does a good job in his own merit again, anti-meta, and I think he'll just stay that way for a little bit of time here until we get someone that actually is worth, replacing him in my eyes, which I don't think is going to happen anytime soon. But next up, we do have... hold on, I gotta go off a fucking tangent here, because I am here for a tangent on this guy. A little swig right there. We'll take more for the upcomings, don't worry. Number 9 of Legend Bardock. Let me explain, as you clearly want to hear the reasonings, or just, be like, what the fuck's this guy talking about when you just go to the end of the video. Let me explain! Legend Bardock. This guy is what I'd like to call, and I'll call someone else this as well, but Legend Bardock, primarily for Frontier, is a potential man. What I mean by that is there's potential for Legend Bardock to have his indestructible at the perfect timing to get the perfect situation where this attack is getting spawned up, like they click the ultimate here, then this kind of sequence happens, and then Legend Bardock has this perfect idealistic situation where he's getting this idealistic, he's hitting them after the amount of counts, where it's still the 15 counts, but he gets damage inflicted buffs while getting hit by the opponent's attacks. He gets the ideals, and he's really looking like a champion during these ideals, and he's looking like he's top 5. That's potential, man, because that is not consistency. Because there's also times where you could have Bardock in, and let's say you're running anybody. Let's say you're running Gohan here, and you're just stalling Bardock all the way until his gauge is out, and guess what? Bardock will not stop your combo, Bardock will not end your combo within popping the gauge himself, and he goes back to a normal health bar. He will just end up dying, and Potential Man ends up looking like a nothing man. I've seen a lot of games where actually Bardock ends up being the first dead while wanting to be the last dead, and that's on a team with indestructible, essentially, not, no pun intended, but indestructible, essentially, characters of both Super Saiyan 4s. Again, Bardock's team does not coincide with what Bardock wants. Bardock wants it where he has someone that wants to die. You know, they're good for this early and good for the mid game even, but they want to end up dying, and they'll help your team with death buffs, or it'll be better off for you to have them dead than alive. That's what he wants. Both Super Saiyan 4s are clearly on his best team, right? You're meant to run them together. Yellow, yellow, green. Great. Neither wants to die. Ultra Super Saiyan 4 wants to be your rush safety the entire match, so you don't get fucking gimmick cheese to lose the game within his rush safety, and obviously his dish up being as amazing as it is. Ella Super Saiyan 4 wants someone else to die, and then Bardock also wants someone to die. So it makes no sense why you'd ever run him in a sequence, because if you're going to run him, you're going to try to emphasize that he is the one to be a priority. But if you're trying to do that, you're also hurting yourself. And in that same notion, if you don't prioritize him, then what is the reason to run him over the likes of a Namek Goku who, okay, here's Bardock trying not to be priority, just kind of coexisting on the back ends. Cool, great, he can do that. That's awesome. I love that for him. So why not just have Namek Goku instead that's going to have an extra life for my team of fucking 1-up HP fucking shit from fucking Mario, you know, the fucking green mushroom. Why not have that, a lock-in? Why not have an AoE green? Why not have a faint chance? Why not have all of that? Yes, worse numericals. Yes, worse individually on numericals. Then have someone that potentially, maybe, sometimes can do the deed that he needs to do and desires to do. Bardock, again, is a potential man. There's times he will look like the best unit on your team, but they're so far and few that I don't think it merits him being any higher. That's where I stand on him. I don't think he's some unrunnable trash. I just think he's a nothing. If he were red, same exact kit, even the same exact kit, he were red, you could argue a lot of validation to where Bardock could be top 3 right now, because you would have it where he's really good against the meta, because there's fucking 5 yellows on this shit. Clearly we need a fucking red. That's not just Buuhan because he's uncommon, because it's fucking Buuhan. It's not a goddamn Saiyan. Unfortunately for everyone that, you know, wants reds to, you know, be high up there in the tier department. If it were a Saiyan, you know, if this was UV4 instead of Buuhan, I'm sure, you know, people understand more why Buuhan is as good as he is. But because it's not a Saiyan, people kind of like, you know, we need a red Saiyan, and I agree, we do. We should have had Baby, we should have had Bardock be red, whatever we should have had someone that's popular be red. We just need more of it because there's so many good yellows. And every other yellow that's not Bardock actually has a lock-in on this list. UI has his swap lock-in. Forku has the subcal manip like LF Cooler. Namek Goku has the lock-in of Gauge multiple times. Kid Buu has a blue card snipe lock-in. So every other yellow can do a roll of snipage that Bardock can't do. And Bardock's main facet would be, oh, just live with me. But then that's also a bad thing, because you will lose games. I'm not calling him Metal Cooler, but I'm not calling him not like his long-lost fucking sibling. There will be games where you will lose due to Bardock's indestructible being as proccable as it is. Because guess what? If you're getting your fucking ass torn inside out the entire game, you ain't gonna lose because, oh, well, units died. Fine. You'll lose because you took 20 more million damage than your opponent. Matter of fact, it's probably easiest to rush this duo of the Super Saiyan 4s when Bardock's on the opponent's team, because you could farm so many Dragon Balls doing so many cards, and then you could just double rush. I feel like you're more likely to double rush when Bardock is on this team than Namek Goku, and that's just what that is. I think there's so many more negatives he brings to you than any lucrative, consistent, because consistency is the key word we love to use here, positive. He can't. He barely makes the top 10 for me. I don't know what the fucking purpose of this unit is. He doesn't want to be in this card meta. He doesn't desire to be here right now. Matter of fact, they even put in the Zenkai details, the little details we have already of Red Bardock, that he is getting his buffs, not even last man standing now, with one ally dead. This Bardock is more limited in his restriction than the fucking red one from pre-second year. What in the piss are we doing? This is why I said tier list is so easy, because this is so simple. No one's going to change on the top because this guy more it's usage of them, and then maybe this guy just a little bit 1-2 spots. But no one's going to change on the top because of a fucking number 9 piece of shit. Off the top 10 list, 2 legend units already. No one's changing up there. What the fuck? How can a tier list be difficult? It's easy as piss. So there's Bardock at number 9. And we'll just move on to who I'd also deem a potential man, with it being Ultra sort of hope Trunks. I think there's a lot of merit to him that could do well. I think he's very good against a lot of teams right now. I would say he's actually probably, individually, he can really mess up a situation of a match the most, I would say, I can't even think of the perfect word. The most surprisingly. I would say he's most surprisingly to be like, wow, this match just 180'd. What the fuck just happened? I think Trunks has that exact dog in him. Matter of fact, I'd go as far to say, if Trunks had a real team, a third within Gohan and himself, he would be at least top 5. If not, you could probably debate him as top 3 in the game. There's 2 units that could be top 3 if they were just different in one sequence, one of team, one of color. And it's that simple, but the devs do what the devs do, and they don't make that shit happen. Trunks can 180 a match within his Sword of Hope, obviously. His uncancelable neutral where he just starts spamming cards when he has the gauge is fucking crazy. The green SG, fusing SG, obviously. You know, subchem manipulation green card there within the snipe potency. I think Trunks is severely underrated. I think even here is frankly underrating him, but I can't validate anything more because it's like, where the fuck do you slot him? Individually, he is better than 8. He just is. Bardock's not. Bardock's team carried by fucking hell and back. But Trunks is like, he's probably 6, maybe 5 individually. Realistically, it's just, again, where the fuck you putting him? Like, I've heard of Bardock, Vegito, Gohan, and it's like, it's fucking 5 yellows waiting to fucking pound everyone's fucking booty cheeks. And it's like, okay, well, not there. I haven't heard anything else. Gohan, you know, VT and fucking Trunks. Like, what the fuck am I running, bro? Trunks is good enough for himself, but it's just not the environment. And I will say, Trunks is saved by the lack of a billion purples and the safety of a billion yellows. I mean, if there was like another purple that exists, you could probably have Trunks off this list. But there isn't. So it's like, you know, Diamond 3 Ku's a failure. So it's like, okay, well, we got Trunks on the list, so we just keep that going. And then we move on to, I don't know if this is controversial, but it's a coffee sip controversy. So I don't know, I'll take it where I can get it. So good, so good, so good. Number 7, we do move on into Gohan. Again, I think Gohan is kind of starting to fall into that Trunks category for himself. Gohan definitely can create nuances and nuisances for me and against me in matches where he's doing some crazy shit. You know, obviously, again, there's sequences where he's going to look like the best on the team, and that's just because, you know, you get those RNG spots, and that's just what happens, and that is what happens sometimes with units that have individually really good kits. But unfortunately, again, where the fuck am I putting Gohan? That's the question I have to ask every time. Am I going to put Gohan with Namek Goku and Bardock and then run Gohan? Okay, well then I'm a little fucking Ultra 4 Ku's fucking plaything. Not really great. I'm not going to put Gohan with Vegito and Buuhan? Okay, well from there, I'm kind of just going to be a little scared the entire time of a lock in this, lock in that. Pop my revival, pop my Vegito endurance, pop this, pop, and I can't go to Buuhan because here's a lock-in, here's subchem manip, here's that, here's this, and I can't really fucking play for anything, and I'm just kind of like, I'm just terrified the entire time. And Gohan within that team itself, I don't even know how he would even do because he's missing so much damage inflicted and damage guard in the team. I really don't think that sounds good on paper anyways. He just doesn't really have a home. The Namek slop I've never liked, and Namek slop clearly is getting less usage now within the double 4s. So, where does Gohan go exactly? Like, yes, again, I understand to say that both Trunks and Gohan are better than their tier spots. But, again, I have to ask the question, where the fuck am I putting them? I can't think of a team where they're just like, oh yeah, now I'm going to look like the top 3 Gohan I am. Or Trunks, I'm going to look like the top 5 Trunks I am. There isn't a team for these characters to be on that and look like what they really can be. Which sucks, because this is the whole fucking problem within the current last 3 to 4 months of every unit is getting good enough individuality, but it's who's getting fleshed out more where it actually makes an impact. And Gohan's not fleshed out. Gohan was been leader slotted since his fucking get-go. Trunks isn't fleshed out. Vegito really isn't fully fleshed out, but, like, you know, he's doing all right because he's so good individually. He, again, is probably the best individual in the game right now. There's no flesh out of these characters. I mean, shit, even these yellows, having no third on their team that's not a yellow is wholly there. It's the entire fucking game. It's fucking yellow every goddamn game, and there's no third that's not yellow in these matches, at least most matches. So, Gohan goes 7. Again, Trunks and Gohan, one rises, the other rises. It's as simple as math as that. I know they're, color advantage to disadvantage to one another, but still, they want to work together because they're both hybrids, and it's just as simplistic as that. So when a hybrid drops, Legend Beast happens, or fucking Legend Pan, or fucking Legend Pan Giru Trunks, I don't fucking know. Whatever the hell happens, they'll go up. They are inevitably going to be both top 5 at some point together. And whenever that happens, I assume it's going to be sooner rather than later. So until then, we move on into number 6 here. And it is going to be Mr. Namek Goku. Woo! We love him. Slop boy. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. You know what he is. You know how annoying he is. You know how much of a nuisance he is. Again, the reason I like him over Bardock, and it is a pretty fucking severe gap to have 6 to 9 be such a fucking gap here, is consistency. Namek Goku will lock in every time. Namek Goku will give you an extra life for your team. Namek Goku will have the chance to feint. Namek Goku will AoE green. There is consistency in Namek Goku that there is not within Bardock, and that factor makes it where I'm always going to run. If I'm going to run yellow, green, I'm going to run Namek Goku and not Bardock. I prefer consistency. I always will. I always have. A unit more consistent than inconsistent is a better unit individually and totality-wise. So, Namek Goku, I don't gotta go over his fucking kit. You've been dealing with this piece of shit the entire time. You're bored of him. I'm bored of him. I don't want to fucking see him. I don't like him here. I don't like this motherfucker here. I like Namek Saga. I don't like this piece of shit. He's here. Acceptance is key, and then we just move on into the top 5, where again, nothing really is finite changing in any tier spot because this unit isn't impactful enough. Being number 5 of Vegito. Well, yes, another yellow has dropped. I don't think Vegito falls out the top 5. Well, I do think Vegito is definitely struggling because, again, as I notioned and mentioned and will re-mention, every fucking yellow, bar 1, has a locked-in ability. So if Vegito loses those 5 counts defense neutral entry, guess what? Namek Goku lock. Guess what? Kid Buu lock. Guess what? Forku subcount manip. Guess what? UI throwaway lock. All those things coexist and can happen every single fucking game, as well as every single fucking game, most likely you are fighting 2 yellows. And while people do pretend like Vegito has 100 counts of overall neutral, he only has 6. The 3 of them pertaining to a dead ally, where he has 3 of his 6 overall neutral attacks being his ultimate, being his overall situation. He is what, 2 1/80ths? Wait, how's the math work? 2 90ths of the match? Is that how the math works? I don't know. 2 90ths of the match. We'll go for that math there. He is going to be in a overall neutral setting to where he can abolish those yellows from the game. It sucks for Vegito that the entire other time in the match, this guy is going to be defense neutral / not overall neutral, so he's disadvantaged, and or fully disadvantaged, and then snipe. And for lack of anything, I don't think Vegito really has a finite team regardless. I've seen Vegito, his best setting that I think is probably best off for himself would be Vegito and the Boos, Majin Buu Saga Trio, which is leader soft Vegito. But again, I've run that the most, and I would say Vegito's like 15% doing anything. It's usually Kid Buu doing everything, and then Buuhan just kind of being that nuisance in the background while also giving the field pressure he has. It's clearly more the Boos than actually Vegito, because you're not going to Zen Plus Vegito, you're leader slotting him, so it's like, I don't even know, yeah, that's a really good team for him, but he's not even contributing. He's kind of like Bardock on that team. He's just fucking pom-pomming in the back of the fucking class, so I don't even know about that one, but nonetheless, he still makes top 5. I'm not going to be such a dumbass to say, oh yeah, Namek Goku, but I can't do all that. But Vegito makes top 5, so into the top 4, which I don't think any of this is crazy, but hey, maybe you do, maybe I don't, we shall see. With it being number 4 of, and this is actually pretty debatable to my mind here. It still is right now, actually. Number 4 of LF Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Yes, this man is just gaining and gaining and gaining. It's not like we're getting a red unit anytime fucking soon. Maybe. I hope. We are getting red Zenkai, but I hope we get a red fucking new unit soon. So within that, sure, he might go down, but for now, we're talking about the current state. The snipes, bro. The snipes. It's fucking hilarious because he's being run on basically blast teams because he has Ultra Forku. You have the bench of like Super Saiyan 4, second Danny Goku, maybe Super 17 on the bench. Like, you have these benches that aren't even helping him, and he's like a 10k stack gap of Strike to Blast, lower blast, and he's still just sniping, whether it be a Namek Goku KO guard, whether it be Gohan, whether it be Vegito Endurance, whether it be Vegito Totality, whether it be Bardock, before he gets his little fucking gimmick cheese of indestructible. Like, he's such a good sniper, LF4Ku, and again, obviously the sustainabilities, the substantial support, the guard, like everything he does to Ultra 4Ku amplifies his existence more, which amplifies Ultra 4Ku's existence more. So him helping such a thriving character, I was say good, no, he's not a good character, he's a thriving character of Ultra 4Ku, and Ultra 4Ku being as dominant as he is clearly being in the matches right now. Yeah, I'm clearly gonna, respect LF4Ku to put him in such a high spot. I don't really even care about his ultimate, I don't care about his green, I don't care about his lack of blast armor, because all of that really doesn't mean much when you are just amplifying somebody that is as strong as Ultra 4Ku. If the unit that he was amplifying was not having this broken fucking disrupt, this no rushing bullshit, and the attrition that he's clearly creating for himself, he wouldn't be up here. But because of who he's helping, and such a degree he's helping, he has to have respect, and obviously, again, he is doing well because he is just high numerics, and you're going to be able to abuse those within just popping, boom, 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 boom. You get to pop motherfuckers so quick with them because you enter, you do 3 cards, guess what? You're fucking plowing through a lot of units because you're running him Glaze, because guess what? You're running double yellow, guess what? He's triple, double, quadruple Zenkai buffed half the fucking time, and he's going to destroy within that, which, yeah, he does that. Then move on into number 3. Again, I had these two kind of debating in my head. I could see someone argue 3 to 4 swap. I mean, personally, I would keep it like this because, I've run this unit more, but Kid Buu. Kid Buu, again, I'll mention a million times. I know people hate it because, like, you don't fight Kid Buu. I'm happy for you. I really am happy that you don't fight Ultra Kid Buu. I'm glad he's uncommon. I'm glad, again, it makes sense why he's uncommon. He dropped pre-5th year. Why the fuck are you going to summon for an Ultra pre-5th year? He's also being a little bit of an Ultra hit victim at that time, because Ultra hit was really good, and obviously hit is red. While he was hurting UGB and really put UGB down, Mr. Kid Buu, at least for a little bit of time, there was just no point to summon. And it's like, okay, well, a lot of people don't have him to the star threshold to where you need him for the equipment, and I would say, arguably, you kind of need him. I don't say need him, but like, you desire him to be 10 stars, not even just 8 stars to get the full obvious asset for his equipment being 7-up. So, yeah, I get it. You don't maybe see this guy enough, but if you watch anything where you see Kid Buu and you watch any Kid Buu gameplay in the current meta, I've had Kid Buu, and this is not long ago, this is like a few weeks ago, honestly, and I've done it recently too. Kid Buu does a strike, does a blue, and guess what? He would pop like a 14-star Gohan's revival, and that'd be like in the first 5 to 6 counts, and it's like, oh, well, what the fuck just happened? That shit's already gone. Pops KO guard, he solos a match, like, Kid Buu just has that potential in him to do it, and he does it very consistently. Again, this is why I always value over anything else. He has the infinite AoE greens, for animation AoE green, the lock-in blue card that's going to fuck up Vegito, it's going to fuck up this guy, it's going to fuck up everybody. It's going to pop Trunks Endurance quickly, it's going to pop 4Ku's fucking cancel buff effects, the Ultra 1, it's going to do a lot of damage, it's going to pop the cover rescue of Ultra into LF4Ku that LF4Ku does, and that's only going to be one because you're usually not running full GT. You're going to keep doing these things because Kid Buu, and Kid Buu is the one that's really just being such the oppression. While Buhan has that field power and oppression, Kid Buu is the card oppression because here's his cup pen stacking, here's the green card, here's the lock, and you got to watch out for. You have to play around him a lot. Again, I know you don't fight him, but as someone that always is running Vegito, Kid Buu, Buhan, I can promise you that it is not really even questionable to me what he is doing when he is doing it. And maybe you'll say, oh, but the unit usage is what matters the most to you in a tier list. And I would say it's a factor, but the more factor to me is always going to be how do they actually do consistently, and how do they manage within everything else that they have to deal with below and above them. And I would say, yes, consistency of unit usage does matter, but again, it's not the highest threshold. A region diff could even argue this, because a lot of people say, oh, wait, well, the region, this is why you weren't fighting this guy. This is why this guy has him higher than this guy, and blah. Everyone makes that excuse, so maybe I can make that excuse here. Maybe it's a region diff, bro. Maybe Nonetheless, I'll keep him here because I think I've seen enough to where he does this potential of this top 3 prowess. And then the top 2 being Forku and Buhan, with it being Ultra Forku number 2 and Buhan number 1. Ultra Forku clearly being a fucking demon. I hate him. I loathe him. I fucking wish he would die, and I wish we would do something about him, Legends, because we are helping literal fucking Satan himself. And he's very close to those really top-tier toxic ultras we've had in the past. I'm talking the auto gauge ones. Buhan being also very fucking toxic as well, but Forku, I would say, is more so, which is fucking tragedy. But it's obvious, Forku, again, you got another yellow they could run him with, sure, why not? But even more so than that, him and his counterpart, essentially, just have such a good duality that coexists, and you already know this. It's not like you're not fucking aware of Forkus together. They're just pieces of shit. You're gonna go to timers because of them, and you're gonna fucking hate every second of it because you're getting AoE green, you're getting fucking spam cup pen stacked up damage against you, you're getting fucking cover rescued against, you can't do your fucking rush, you can't do jack shit. You're just sitting in limbo, fucking stirring and hating everything that's going on, and that's what Ultra Forku does to make him top 2. He makes you feel like shit, and, well, he is the one that's making that happen the entire time within the help of LF Forku's recent equip. And then Buhan number 1, I actually say this is more so understandable just because people are clearly accepting that it can't be Vegito because there's 5 fucking yellows on the fucking list again. And I see Buhan a lot more than I ever see Kid Buu, so maybe you can't validate the Kid Buu take, but you can validate the Buhan one. Sure, why not? Obviously, again, his field prowess is very high. If you are so brain dead enough to get this motherfucker killed within the first 10, 15, 20, even 50, even 100 counts, frankly, of a match, you just suck. I mean, I can't control that. You just suck. You know, if you have Gohan has like a main ability, then he makes a blue card off it, and then you're sidestepping like a fucking dumbass. Guess what? You killed Buhan. That was not Buhan's fault. It was your fault. And a lot of people say like, oh, but he gets one shot by this, that, and the other. Buhan will hardly get one shot at anything. Yeah, maybe a Vegito ult, which you could just swap to an endurance character, cancel buff effect, and they can't fucking kill you. You know, because that's the whole fucking point. Vegito doesn't lose his neutral on those ultimates. He loses the endurance on those ultimates. So let's say you run double Boos, go to Kid Buu, you ain't gonna die. Oh my god, what a fucking amazing sequence of life. And that's why Buhan has a lower 5-cell count to allies, so he doesn't get big moves sniped. But I digress. Buhan, again, early game clearly is going to be a little bit slow, but that's why you run him with Kid Buu, who doesn't really give a fuck about what time of game it is. He's just going fucking crazy in general, and that duality of them and togetherness is just super strong. I mean, you could see it. 1-3 is a duo, and 2-4 is a duo. It's not by accident. These are duos that coexist in the game. They are meant to be duos that work together, and they work together super strong. So, having where Buhan is, again, having his oppression of the gauge, his green card's very nice now because Ultra Forku, so he gets some spam strike and blast out there. He gets some endurance and all, boom, 3 strikes off that. Maybe we get a little bit of kill going on. Ultra Forku, a little snipe potency of like just timing within that. Again, not fully consistent, but just something that can coexist. It does exist in the game. Why not mention it? Like I mentioned for Bardock's possible amazing situations, it's just, again, not fully fucking consistent amazing situations. Buhan has some of those as well, but again, Buhan's consistency clearly lies within his gauge, clearly lies within his damage he's going to do over time. As the 60 counts do pass by, he is at his peak damage inflicted for 120 counts. That is a third of the game. He just has to last for it, which, again, he has 3 fucking counteract gauges. If you're killing Buhan before 60 counts, you just suck. I can't help you. I don't want to help. You just got to get better with using a character that literally promotes you doing nothing. I don't know how people can struggle with that, but a lot of people struggle with that for Buhan, which is why they don't have him top 1, which is fucking crazy. But that's it. Everything he's doing there, clearly, again, obviously, yes, he's red. There's 10,000 yellows. That also helps, but I don't even say that's the main causal point, because when there wasn't even, 5 yellows on this list, when there was only 3 yellows on this list, I'd still have Buhan top 1. I think that's always been the case, and, well, he just does his job well, and it's very effective. And if anybody, really, it's ironic, the best yellow to go against Buhan is actually Kid Buu, because his gauge gives him defense neutral Kid Buu. So he actually could soak up hits pretty nice. But again, that's a cause for concern for a lot of people, because guess what? Y'all aren't fighting Kid Buu often enough to, really see that and kind of notice that Buhan actually does struggle against Kid Buu to a good degree. But nonetheless, this is my top 10 list of the beginning, almost middle April. Yeah, good title there. Of it being Ultra Buhan number 1, Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Goku number 2, Ultra Kid Buu number 3, LF Super Saiyan 4 Goku number 4, Legend Super Vegito number 5, Ultra Namek Goku number 6, LF FSK Gohan number 7, Ultra Super Trunks number 8, Legend Bardock number 9, and Ultra UI Goku number 10. What do you guys think of my top 10 lists? I'll see you guys in the next one.